Room 209 looked completely normal during the day. But after 2 a.m., every clock inside the room showed the exact same. Time, 2:09 a.m. And the most terrifying part? Anyone who spent a night in that room was never seen alone in their photographs again. Friends, if you enjoy horror stories, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss a new story. And remember, this story is created purely for entertainment purposes and has no connection to any real person or event. Now, without wasting any time, let's begin today's terrifying story. In an old part of New York stood a beautiful hotel called the Black Rose Hotel. From the outside, the hotel looked elegant and peaceful, but on the second floor there was one room the staff never talked about. Room 209. One night, Michael, a 32-year-old British businessman, checked into the hotel during a business trip. At the reception desk, he was handed the key to room 209. Confused, Michael asked, "Are there any other guests on this floor?" The receptionist stared at him silently for a few seconds before saying, in a low voice, "If someone knocks on your door tonight, don't open it." Michael laughed, assuming the receptionist was joking. At around 1:50 a.m., Michael was sleeping when he suddenly woke up. The digital clock beside his bed showed 2:09 a.m. He checked the clock in the bathroom. It also showed 2:09 a.m. Then he checked his phone. It showed exactly the same time, 2:09 a.m. Michael found it strange. Suddenly, knock, 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 3 soft knocks came from the door. Michael got out of bed and slowly walked toward it. He looked through the peephole. The hallway was completely empty. He turned away from the door and started walking back toward the bed. Then came another knock, this time much louder. "Knock! Knock! Knock!" Michael nervously asked, "Who is it?" A woman's voice answered from the other side. "Please, open the door. I'm your wife." Michael's face turned pale. His wife was in London. He immediately stepped away from the door. Suddenly, the hallway lights outside went out. A dark shadow appeared beneath the door. Someone was standing directly outside. Michael grabbed his phone and called the hotel reception. The call connected, and the receptionist's frightened voice answered, "Sir, whatever you hear, don't open the door," Michael whispered. "Why?" The receptionist remained silent for several seconds before saying, "Because room 209 has been empty for 12 years. Michael's hands began to shake. Then the woman outside started laughing. But her voice was no longer that of a woman. It had become the voice of a child. "Michael, I know you're inside." Michael slowly turned around. In the corner of the room stood an old wooden chair. The chair was gently rocking back and forth on its own. Someone was sitting on it, a little girl. Her back was facing him. Michael raised his flashlight and pointed it toward her. The girl slowly turned her head. Her face was unnaturally pale, and where her eyes should have been were only two completely black, empty sockets. Michael screamed and ran toward the door. He opened it. But there was no hotel hallway outside. Instead, there was an old burned room. The walls were covered with dozens of ancient photographs. Michael stepped closer to one of them. It showed the same hotel, but the photograph was dated 1947. A family stood in front of the building. Michael looked carefully at the little girl in the photograph. It was the same girl who had been sitting in his room. Suddenly, a voice whispered directly behind him, "You are part of the picture now." Michael slowly turned around. The little girl was standing right behind him. The next morning, hotel staff opened the door to room 209. Michael was gone. The room was completely empty, but a new photograph was hanging on the wall. It showed the same family from 1947, and Michael was now standing among them. The most terrifying part was the date written in the corner of the photograph, 2:09 a.m. To this day, the staff of the Black Rose Hotel claim that room 209 is never officially booked, but sometimes late at night, a reservation mysteriously appears on the hotel's computer screen. Room 209, Michael. Check-in, 2:09 a.m., and no one has ever been able to delete it.